All right, shalom. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do group well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Lord's will, this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baharachakwadash. All right. And Tawada, Yabashim Hashai, for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, how ironic Deuteronomy 28 says different, Nate. I may even take Nate's name off or just leave it on. But this lesson is pertaining to the recent, quite frankly, I have to say, madness, all right, of breakdowns that you have Bishop Nathaniel teaching right now, and it's offensive, all right. But at the end of the day, we have to edify. Okay, if you were to ask me personally, I personally felt like, damn, when do we get our kingdom? When do we finally get the kingdom? And we've gotten that answer, but now in the latter days, quite funny, in the latter days, you're having men change the doctrine, all right, adding to the doctrine. So what I want to do real quick is just share this with you, okay? I was listening actually to Elder Apostle Nahar's video right here. All right, I was listening to his latest, where is it? Right here. The Lord said, let Esau go free so he can kick our asses again, right? Question mark. And I like that this was titled this way because you got to think about this, okay? You got to think about how Yahweh Bashem Shai operates with us as a people, and why a nation would rise against us or why a nation would fall by us, right? So you have to understand those things in this walk, okay? Yahweh Bashem Shai is a just power. So why would the Lord have us be ruling, having the law in our inward parts and not sinning, and then a nation rise up against us? No, when you look, the nations rose up against us for our disobedience. This is why the book of Jeremiah is so powerful, because we were being disobedient, okay? This is why Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68 is so powerful, because those were curses put upon us for our disobedience. See? So now that I made that point and I said, oh, how ironic, because, IUIC is known for constantly going into Deuteronomy, and at that, the 28th chapter, okay? And any IUIC member out there can agree, okay? Your main focal point in your doctrine consists of from Deuteronomy 28, 15 and on down. And of course, they go into other things, but this is one of the main sources that they'll go into about the curses, because it's the consequences of disobedience. So if we see that we've been in slavery, if we see what has happened to us as a people for our disobedience, well, the kingdom is when we're going to see the reward for obedience, okay? Because real quick, let me just share this with you. In Revelations, 21, when John saw a new Jerusalem coming down. Yep. The new heaven and earth. So this is going to be in the kingdom. Okay. This is after the elect is pulled up and changed in a twinkle of an eye. And within the changing of the twinkle of an eye, guess what? Real quick, as I was just reading this. All right. Jeremiah 31. All right. Where is it? Jeremiah 31, great chapter, by the way. All right. I highly recommend you read it. But Jeremiah 31, and look, new covenant. Okay. The new covenant. Look at this. Let's just start at 27. It says, behold, the days come, meaning for the kingdom, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. That I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beasts. And it shall, meaning we're going to be great. Okay, we're going to be great. There will be no infertility. There will be no tainted livestock. We're gonna flourish. Genesis 13, we're going to show true wealth. All right. Just like how it's recorded with the wealth of Abraham. All right. We're going to have true substance. And we're going to have that because that's prophecy being fulfilled through the Lord's small remnant that he's always had predestined to be that righteous flock, that small sanctuary, that cluster that was kept, okay, so that I can restart my nation over again. All right. And I'm going to do that with this remnant, and I'm going to do that with them through the Holy Spirit. And then I'm going to install them with everything that they need for me to be with them. I'm going to program that into them. See, in the kingdom, we're going to be programmed righteous. We're not going to have no demonic thoughts. We're not going to have wicked. We're not going to have anything that is against Yahweh Shem Shai for us to be judged. Hence, if we're being righteous, there's no need for a nation to rise up against us because of our disobedience. See, when we're disobedient, that's when the judgment comes. That's when the heartache, that's when the pain, that's when we lose, that's when we fall, that's when we go in captivity. That's when someone has a mind to come against us, is when we're being disobedient. So in the kingdom, it is prophesied and recorded and told and taught that us as a nation, we will not be disobedient to Yahweh Shem Shai. Why? Because we're going to be programmed to be righteous. So if we have righteousness, we won't die. Okay, we won't sin. And if we don't sin, we don't die. And if we don't die, we're forevermore. Okay. So if we're not sinning, why would the Lord if we're righteous, why would the Lord raise up a nation against you? If you're righteous, why would the Lord raise up a nation? I'm going to prove it with Deuteronomy 28. How ironic, but the Spirit just has me going to this real quick. And it says, and it shall come to pass that like as I watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith Yahweh Shem Shai. So the Lord already did all this to us. When you look at all the curses, when you look at all the problems, the Lord already rose up nations against us, beat us, smit us, broke us down, beat us up. So why in the kingdom, after all that dust settles, after all the fighting, the arguing, the terribleness, we've now been reconciled back, have the new covenant, will a nation rise up against us if the only reason they rose up against us in the first place was because of disobedience? That doesn't make sense, okay? That why would a nation just randomly rise up against us if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing? It says, in those days, they shall say no more, the father eateth a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge, right? Set on a cringe, you know? And it says, here I want this. And it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. This is kingdom. And with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt. And why did we get brought out of Egypt? So that we could serve Yahweh Shem Shai. So look at even this. Look at the instant of our captivity in Egypt, which it was prophesied unto Abraham that we would go there, right? But even look why did we get delivered out of Egypt? So we could serve our God. So the Lord smit, okay, our enemies, so we could serve him. See? So then why, while we're serving him, would the Lord allow a nation to come up and smite us? You see what I'm saying? It says, which my covenant they break. Right. We broke the covenant. This is why we're in Babylon right now. Okay. This is why we're literally, look out where you're at. This is why your ass in captivity right now. Okay. It's all set up by prophecy, but everything is explained why the way it is. It says, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord, but this shall be a covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. So after all this, right, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts. So now you're in captivity because the law is not in your inward parts. Hence why you were commanded to wear fringes. Hence why in Timothy it says the laws for the murderer, the adulterer, the covetous, the blasphemer. See, these Israelites that pride themselves in wearing fringes is because you need the law. Okay, you need those reminders so you don't re-break the law. We, all right, humbly speaking through the Holy Spirit, we're designed right now tasting this gift, and we understand the laws we need to have. Now, we don't have them programmed in us, but we are rehearsing these righteous acts to a level of programming. See, but we're waiting for the new covenant to be fully installed in us. So we're tasting this new covenant on a small scale now through the Holy Spirit. All right. So we actually need this to happen. Okay. And then we won't go off. We won't slip with our tongue. We won't have wicked thoughts. We won't battle Satan. See? And right in their hearts, I mean, we're going to have this written in our mind right now. We got to wash so much stuff away. See? So in the kingdom, there ain't going to be no, oh, this and doubt. And no, none of that. There will be no inkling for the Lord. There will be no reason for the Lord to raise up someone against us in our kingdom. Remember, the reason why the Lord raised someone up against us was because of our disobedience. So if we have obedience, then we won't have enemies, meaning we won't have people that we're going to have to wage war against, because ultimately man's goings are of the Lord. And it says, because you know what it sounds like? You saying that Esau is going to be able to come back after 1,000 years is borderline like saying Satan rebelled from God, and that's why he was cast down to heaven. Like that's kind of like a real weird, wayward doctrine. And it says, and will be their God, and they shall be my people, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, every man his brother, saying, know the Lord? Do you know the Lord? Do you know this? No, we're all going to have it. Every single one of us, brothers and sisters, children, our babies going to come out speaking the Lashwan Kodash. Nobody's going to be calling on Christ. I mean, ain't that funny? The guy calling on Christ is trying to tell you in the kingdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai that Esau's going to raise up while we're in power, literally power, like literal power, okay? Literal. It says, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity. So if we're forgiven, why would a nation rise up against us if we're the Lord's people? Meaning we're the untouchables. You wouldn't dare. It says they shall learn war no more. You wouldn't even dare. And then it's so crazy. Look at this. Isaiah, say someone did want to rise. Say someone wants to rise up. Isaiah 54:15. If anyone does attack you, it will not be my doing. Whoever attacks you will surrender to you. So you won't. There's no prevailing. There will be no prevailing, and they will be beat to asunder to where they want to rise up. Think about us in our captivity, okay? And what happened to us when we rose up against Esau. Now, did you have small moments? Yeah, because Esau's just a man. But we're talking about mortals. Mortals are going to rise up against immortals. Come on, Nate. Come on, bro. I mean, you're adding and taking away from your own future, man. This is your future we're talking about here. And we have the scriptures, because this isn't a opinionated lesson like, hell no, ain't no way. Like, you'd be like, not in my damn house. No, we if it said that, then we would say, hey, look, this is going to happen, but we have power, so we're going to do this. That's not the case. That's not the narrative. That's not a part of the movie. Let me keep going. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I'll remember their sin no more. Okay? I'll remember their sin no more. This is why, look, Revelations 21, okay? And 1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away with these bodies, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, the elect, 144,000, right? Coming down from the Most High. Okay, we got what? The 1/3, okay? Coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. You think a husband's going to let his beautiful wife get attacked or beaten or hit or smitten? Never. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, the Israelite elect men, and he will dwell with them. So we got the Lord dwelling with us, and then someone's going to be able to come up again. That's literally like saying there was this is literally like the Lucifer doctrine. Like there was in the heaven, Satan fought against God and ripped his wings off. This is what it sounds like, because sometimes with these guys' doctrines, you can't really take too much thought into it, because it's a false doctrine. So you don't want to try to wrap your head around it too much as if it's logical. All right. And it says, and I will dwell with them, right? I will dwell with them. And then when the Lord was with us, nobody could come against us. This is why even when they stole the Ark of the Covenant, they had to send it back, because even the Ark of the Covenant was messing up their idols, and anybody who was touching it was getting hemorrhoids. So what the fuck? Whoa, what is going on here? Okay. All Moses had to do is have his hands raised praying, and enemies were smitten. You know, the Lord said, touch not my anointed, stand still, I'll fight for thee. You know, yes, I'll be with you in war, you know? So what is going on here? There's so many accounts. And they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their God. So if he's with us, then nothing could come up against us. Not even sickness, not even our clothes. Our clothes won't even wax old, but someone can rise up against us. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And what are some of the former things? A nation rising up against us. Okay? That's the point of the kingdom. This is what you're witnessing now. This is what happens when you're in captivity. People rise up against you. They can smite you. They can defeat you. But in your kingdom, no one will rise up against you. All right? And let me show this. Now that I said all that, I'm sorry, because I originally just wanted to go right to Deuteronomy 28, but we got to get what's given. So why I find this ironic is IUIC always uses Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68. Now with the new breakdown that they're breaking down, Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 15 cuts that whole doctrine. Isn't that ironic? Let's just look up this word ironic. What does the definition ironic mean? How ironic? Using or characterized by irony. Okay, so the irony. All right, what is irony? What is irony? Irony is the expression of one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite, right? The irony that you always use Deuteronomy 28 for your whole ministry, your whole doctrine. The irony is now this new breakdown you're coming out with, the same chapter that you use all the time to gather Israel, now 1 through 15 cuts the doctrine that you're teaching right now. How ironic, you know? The same sword that you used to cut is now cutting you. House of Saul, man. Even Saul had to jump on that blade. Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, that's why I read Rev 21 and Revelation and Jeremiah 31, because this goes with it. We're waiting for these blessings right here, brothers. All right, and you sisters, we're waiting for these blessings. Now let's read it. Because you as an Israelite, you got to admit, when you go to Deuteronomy 28, you go right to 15 on down, because you know this is where you're at right now. You like, man, we can't even look at this. We from here on down, all this hell. Look at all this. Look at all this. But then look at the blessings, because these blessings outweigh all those curses. It says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. So we just found out that there's a prophecy that we will do all the commandments of the earth when we get in the kingdom, having the new covenant written within us. So we know now, okay, this is what we're going to get when we get in the kingdom. This is going to be the standard when you're in the kingdom. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee. So you're going to be overtaken with blessings. You're going to be overtaken and showered with the compassion of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, which we will in the kingdom. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, in the kingdom. And blessed shalt thou be in the field, in the kingdom. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body in the kingdom, and the fruit of the ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep in the kingdom. So we're getting somewhere, right? Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store in the kingdom. Because right now, Jake, like, buy black in there. We get it. I understand, because we're Israelites. We have this spirit about us. Just like now, Jake is
in the slums, ghetto, but he'll still want to dress nice. He wants to wear the finest of clothes because that's who we are as a people. Is it wise? No. But we're so messed up, so jacked up that Jake still has, he wants to feel somewhat of value. You will get that in the kingdom. And when you won't have to worry about your chain being snatched in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. The Lord, look, in the kingdom, look at this blessing. The Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. See, give me one of those sound effects. Okay, when I read that, I heard one of the sound effects that Nate be using, or vocab. Why don't you put the sound effect right there? Right there. This, the irony, okay? In the kingdom of heaven, this is one of the blessings. This contradicts any prophecy that you are trying to proclaim now that's going to happen later on in the kingdom, meaning someone's going to fight against us. In so much, Isaiah 2, okay, when is that going to take place? So we're going to rise, we're going to come down from the chariot, right? We're going to come down from salvation, glowing, new bodies, complete power, okay? Complete power. Man, look, when are we going to start judging them? You listen. I'm in mortal flesh right now, okay? I'm nothing more than a mere man in this form right now, okay? We all have a spirit, but right now we've been cursed in these chains of darkness. In my chains of darkness, you already feel like ain't no way you're gonna take, ain't no way. We're ready right now. Meaning we're ready to see the Lord bring judgment now. You mean to tell me we come down in new power and body that we ain't gonna break them to shivers? There ain't gonna be a mindset to even think to overcome us. And we have spiritual power. Even if that thought comes to their mind, it'll be so they can just be judged. Oh, but what did Ali say? If you even dream about whooping me, you better wake up and apologize. And that's what Esau's gonna come doing. He's gonna Salakia. You know, look at this. If you dream about what did he say? Whooping me. Let's just put beating me. You better wake up. You better wake up and apologize. If you even dream of beating me, you better wake up and apologize. See that? If you even dream about it, if you remember, a foolish thought is sin. We're going to be on their ass. You want to talk about taxing? Oh, everything's getting checked, man. In our kingdom, everything's getting checked. All right? We're going to be looking at Esau like this. What's my man name? You gotta have fun, as the elders say. Ike Turner. We're going to be looking at the heathens like this. You what? You want to do what? You gonna do what? Fuck, get your ass out of here. That's a carnal breakdown. Look at this, man. What does this scripture say? If you even dream about beating me, you better wake up and apologize. That's literally what it says. That's what it says. Look at this. Isaiah 2 and 4. When you come down, right? When you come back down, this is what you're going to do immediately. Immediately. He shall judge between the nations and rebuke many people. Rebuking everybody. They shall beat their swords in the plowshares and their spears in the pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Neither, look, neither shall they learn war anymore. There's a spirit. There's a spirit when it comes to fighting. Okay? Look, you ever see some of the greatest fighters? You ever meet guys that can fight? They got a different spirit about them, right? I've met men that box or there's a different spirit about them. They're like really with the business. So the Lord is going to strip that business out of their mind. Okay? Esau ain't going to have that mindset no more. Remember, it said he put a seal upon them and they braided by the bushes. Come on, man. Let me see this word learn. Word learn, teach. Look, learn, teach, exercise. To be taught, to be trained. They ain't going to be training in the kingdom. They're not going to be training in the kingdom. Remember, the Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. So if Yahweh Shem Shai ruleth in the kingdom of men, and then on top of he ruling in the kingdom of men, he also mustereth the hosts of the battle according to his will, but there is no battle according to his will against his people while they're being obedient to him in the kingdom. So who the hell's going to be teaching Esau how to fight when he's going to get the fighting whooped out of him? You know what I mean? They're going to whoop the war out of his ass. He's going to get worn out. It ain't going to happen, Captain. You're tripping, dude. Deuteronomy 28, how ironic, completely contradicts what you are trying to state right now. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. Ain't no way, bruh. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in the storehouse and in all that thou settest thy hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So we're going to be blessed in the land that the Lord gives us, right? Right. Now check this out. I'm being funny, but check this out. So I was looking in Isaiah 60. I want to read something for you, okay? I want to read something for you. So when you go in Isaiah 60, this is also the narrative of how it's going to play out between us and the heathen, okay? And it says, I want to read, where is it? All of it is good. Look, we're going to build up our walls, right? Where was it? Right here, Isaiah 60 and 18. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and the gates praise. So right here, our walls are going to be called salvation. So there will not be any uprise, fight, war, thought. It's going to be complete submission and servitude, okay? Complete servitude. Don't it say the saints shall take the kingdom? Well, when you go into that word take, do you know it actually goes into receive? So why would Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, give something to us that can be attempted to be taken away? That's the whole point of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, showing you that he's undefeatable. Who's ever called my name was confounded. I raised the Pharaoh up just to proclaim my name. So now, remember when Moses, he said, Lord, if you kill us, like, what do you think the heathen's gonna say? So what you think the Lord? Hey man, there's a it's called what is the word I'm looking for? Reputation. The Lord is gonna give us a reputation. You know, he's gonna make us undefeatable, 1,000 and 0, 100 and 0, undefeated fighter. The Lord is about reputation. The Lord is about making us be winners, and we're seen as winners, and no one would dare to come up against that winner. See? But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Forever, forever, or ever. They're going to possess it. Now, when you go into this word take, real quick, it means to receive. So why is the Lord going to give us something that could be taken away? Why is the Lord going to give us something? Come on, man. So the point's been made. Let me just look at a couple more blessings. All right. And it says 9. Did I read this? And bless thee in the land. Yep, we give it thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people. So why would the Lord allow holy people to have war raged against them? Doesn't it say if they are serving their God, we can't defeat them? Don't he say that in Tobit or Judith? And the brothers always go into this. Let me see real quick. Let me see really, really fast. I think it's Judith, the 5th chapter. Is it like 5 and 20? Yeah, let me see. 5 and 18. Then they cried unto their God, and he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues. So the Egyptians cast them out of their sight. Come on now. Oh, come on. Look, he cast out the Amorites, the Canaanites. Come on now. Look at this. It says, look at this. You can read all this. It says, then they cried unto their God. Judith 5 and 12, and smote all the land of Egypt with an incurable plague, so the Egyptians cast them out of their sight. And the Most High dried the Red Sea before them and brought them to Mount Sinai and Katie's barn and cast forth all that was in the wilderness. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all them of Esbon. And passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country. And they cast forth before them the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, and the Shechemites, and the Girgashites, and they dwelt in that country many days. And whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered. So if we sin not, we prosper. In the kingdom, we won't be sinning. This is why we will prosper. When you sin, a part of not prospering is a nation rising against you. So the whole logic, the whole ideology of a nation rising against us is because we're being disobedient. You don't just randomly rise up. There's all a reason for everything. And it says, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore. So when we depart from what we're appointed to, then we get destroyed in battle. But if we embrace what has been appointed to us, we prosper and there is no battle. Get it? Get it? 1 + 1 is 2. So if you plus this, and if you plus this and minus that, you get this, okay? And we're led captives into a land. Oh my goodness, it says that captivity is over with, man. Into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and the cities were taken by the enemy. See? But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. See? You see? Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, so if there's an error and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. Right here is a cut. So this is the only way a heathen can come up against us, if we're sinning. So if we're not sinning, you can't prevail, you can't overcome, and you can't take us. But if there be no inequity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. Boom. Hit the bomb sound effects. Don't they do that? Hey, Tawadi Abashim Al Shai, man. You know, look at that. Just go to the blessings, brothers. If you question it, like, what's going on? What's going to happen? Just go to the blessings. Go read Isaiah 60. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord God. We just read an account of the heathens seeing that, but now imagine on this scale. And they shall be afraid of thee. Wait a minute. So if they try to rise up, they'll be smitten, and they can't even rise up because they will be afraid. The blessing, how ironic. Deuteronomy 28 completely cuts your false prophecy. They're going to be afraid in our kingdom. They're not going to want to fight. All right. Let's see. I mean, look at all this. Look at all this. So that's it, man. That's it. I just wanted to touch on that topic. You know, the Wadi Abba Shemal Shai for giving me the inspiration to touch on it. You know, it was a few days ago, and just was waiting for the spirit to hit me. And after watching the elders' video, a lot of more great points were being made. So I just wanted to give my spiritual 2 cents on the matter. So how ironic, even Deuteronomy 28 says different, Nate. So I pray that you brothers and you few sincere sisters, I pray that you are edified, exhorted, and also comforted, okay? Because, you know, we're here to be fed. We're here to be fed off the understanding through Yahweh Shai, through the Holy Spirit. And that's what is comforting us and helping us to know these things. So it's like, damn, so we're going to be attacked even in the king, you know? So just had to do a quick lesson on that. I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh Bashim El Shai, Bashim Rakakwadash. And I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect And that's the same peace and salutations that we're waiting for us to be in the kingdom where no nation will rise up against us. All right. So with that being said, shalom.